Welcome, dear friends, to Cardiac Radio at 11 p.m., nourishing our souls with the Spirit of Truth. The Spirit of Truth is a book that was psychographed by Chico, Xavier, and Waldo Vieira in 1960, published in 1961. Several spirit authors come to delight our minds with the expansion of the truth. You know, Jesus came. And he said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. The truth is vital for us to find new habits. Allan Kardec, in the Spirit's book, when talking about the law of work, he makes a comment about how much a new habit is important for education. Education is actually the acquisition of new habits. But to acquire new healthy habits, we need to understand things that we don't, because often we make mistakes because we don't know the truth. Even neuroscience says that to us, that our error in making decisions doesn't happen at decision making. It happens way before that. It's about the processing of the stimulus. So the Spirit of Truth, this very book, today comes with a teacher, Andre Luiz, the smiling teacher. He comes to us to talk about infinite gratitude. You know how much Andre Luiz learned, right? We all know. For those who haven't read the books, Non Solar, The Messengers, Missionaries of the Light, In Life Goes On, Liberation, Between Heaven and Earth, and Evolution into Worlds, Mechanisms of Mediumship, and so many others. He brings to us what he's learned. He's humble, and he was humbled by life. Today, Andre Luiz talks about within ourselves, the transformation. He is talking about our lives here on earth. And chapter 5, which is Blessed are the Afflicted, in the book, The Gospel According to Spiritism, item 13, Kardec talks about resignation. Reasons to be less demanding, to expect less and to give more, to yield to life. Resignation is about surrendering to God, yielding to life. And item 13 is an explanation by Kardec when he says, amongst other things, humans can either soften or increase the bitterness of their trials according to the way in which they view earthly life. Their suffering is greater if they consider its duration to be long. He goes on and on and on, and at the very end, he says, those who have a different way of seeing will feel calm and resigned. And then he talks later about consequences. How do we see life? This is the beauty of it all. Life is what it is. What can we expect in a planet of trials and expiations, but to be ready for trials and expiations, right? What do you expect? We can't dream dreams that will be fulfilled in a happy planet. In a happy planet, we have already worked to receive the harvest of happiness. Here, we're still sowing. Yes, not that we can't expect the good. Yes, we should, but we need to conquer it. We need to earn it. As I often say to my child, we have to earn the good that we want. We can't expect it to be given out of nothing. And when apparently comes out of nothing, it didn't. Because as you see in the story of Evelyn's mother in the book And Life Goes On, her son-in-law takes away her fortune, but she's going to reincarnate as his daughter, and 30 years later, she's going to receive that and much more. So if today we see somebody getting a large inheritance, let's not think, oh, they're lucky. You don't know previous lives. Probably that person is giving us today what they stole from us in a previous life. We never know. We don't know. Right? As Virginia said to me today, everything is possible. Right? In God, everything is possible. So André Luiz today, he would like to teach us a deeper sense of gratitude. Ready, friends? Yes? Let us be ready for the Spirit Doctor who will lead us into greater health, greater healing, setting us free. He kindly says, my friend, you complain against the difficulties of the world, but have you ever thought about the easiness that you have at hand? Let us observe. At a certain time, you pay the legal fine in your electric bill, but the solar plant that provides you with light, warmth, and life is not evenly commonly marked by your memory. You periodically pay large bills related to water, piped water, but you don't even remember the free water from the rains and the fountains to enrich your days. You spend large sums in the supermarket on all kinds of nourishing substances that suits your taste. But the oxygen, which is the most important element to support your body, is used in your blood without you even waiting on the budget of your worries. You redeem your debts at the store each time you buy new clothes. And yet, you never outline the goods owed to the body of flesh protecting the spirit. You pay a specialized professional for the dentist, for an artificial tooth. But it took nothing to obtain the complete natural denture. You buy medication for a mild headache, but you receive for free the ability to articulate the most complicated thoughts. You spend priceless amount of money to watch this or that sport, the shows, or the movie theater, but you save without any sacrifice the possibility of contemplating the soil full of flowers and the sparkling sky of stars. You pay to hear a simple melody from an orchestral group. However, you listen daily to the divine music of nature, spending no penny at all. You disburse huge sums to purchase tickets and paying hotels when you travel. Nevertheless, the large sum, the large prize, the large prize you received with your entry in the earthly land goes unnoticed. Do not despair. Do not lament. Let us attend to reality, understanding that joy and hope, expressing infinite credit from God, are the basic reasons of life, rising by a wonderful symphony at every moment. Wow, never thought about it, right? Think about it. He's saying, do we complain? Why is he talking about it? Because he says in the Gospel according to Spiritism, Blessed are the afflicted, chapter 5, item 13, Kardec mentions about how we can make our tests and trials and difficulties and expiations harder if we complain, but easier if we don't complain. Have you ever thought about the things that we have and we don't pay a penny? So he says, first of all, we pay the bills, the electricity. But what about the sun? He begins from the beginning. Without the sun, there is no life. So he says, first the sun. And you and I know. In the Spirit Spoke by Kardec, there is a footnote in which Kardec mentions that the rays of sunlight are the perfect loving thoughts and feelings of the pure spirits who meet at the sun to do what they need to do. Rays of love, they warm us, that sustain us. How beautiful is it? Do we ever thank God for the sun? We usually take it for granted. Then when we talk about water, we have water for free in terms of the rain. And we don't even thank the rain because usually we complain about the rain. Oh my gosh, it's gonna rain. See how ungrateful we are? Like spoiled kids. God knows why we need the rain, and when it rains, we don't like it. And we are just childish, complaining about it instead of being grateful. Then he goes to oxygen, the most important element to support our organism. It's here, traveling for free. We're breathing it, the air, and we do not express our gratitude. Did you know that oxygen is the most important element for us? Mhm. Breathing is the main nourishment for us. Then water, because we're more water than anything else. So breathing and hydrating is more important than eating. So here goes something for us when we start a diet. Practice breathing, especially relaxation breathing, and at the same time, drink more water, hydration. We're going to more quickly harmonize our bodies and we'll need less food to counterbalance the lack of what we could have done with our breathing correctly and hydration. So the sun, the water, the air, the oxygen, and he's talking about now the clothes that we buy, and we forget to thank the body. That is the reason why we reincarnate. So every time I take a shower, Mentor Joseph taught us this, and we share with you. Every time I take a shower, every day, and Virginia does too, we thank the body. We say, thank you, little body. Thank you, little cells. Thank you for everything you do for us. And express that gratitude by cleansing and allowing the body to be also strengthened through exercise, thanking the body for everything, which we take for granted. He's talking about the medication that we have. We forget that we have a nervous system, as he says, that is free and is a whole command to produce the output of thoughts and feelings. He's talking about when we want concerts. Nowadays, with the pandemic, people are trying to go back to concerts, finding ways for people. There was a concert last week somewhere in Europe, and 5,000 people were there, and they took the tests, the coronavirus tests, before the very concert to make sure that they wouldn't be contaminated. But are we grateful that we have a show in nature every day? For those who are in the United States or the North Hemisphere, it's springtime. For those who are in the South, it's fall. Beautiful seasons to observe nature, the changes of the leaves, flowers. So it's a great opportunity for us to be grateful that we have a free spectacle of nature all the time and every day. Then we have music and the birds sing. Were we ever grateful for the ability to hear? Think about the deaf, the people who can't hear. But not only that, the melodious and harmonious music of the birds. We pay tickets to travel for hotels, but have we been thankful for our free pass in this reincarnation? Andre Luiz, masterful in this message, he goes to the basics and he recommends to us very friendly, he's very kind. My friend, do not despair, do not lament. And he says that joy and hope are credits from God. Joy and hope are the basic reasons of life rising in a wonderful symphony. So, in the next 24 hours, you and I are being invited by Andre Luiz to walk a day with Andre Luiz. What a date, huh? A date with Andre Luiz. Yes, he's teaching us, he's a mentor. He's going to mentor us in not complaining. So 24 hours without complaining, plus practicing joy and hope. Ooh la la, what an exercise. We want to do this, don't we? Yes, it's practicing joy of living, hope always of better times, while refraining from lamenting, from complaining. Is that a good plan for us? Only the Spirit of Truth will relate to us reasons we felt about it, but never thought really fully about it. Reasons to be grateful, in joy and hope, and so grateful that we have no reasons to lament. We hope we have a wonderful day. In joy and hope, and no complaint. And thus, in the next 24 hours, we'll raise our vibration so high that the world will celebrate with us. Thank you, friends, for being here with us once again at Kardec Radio at 11 p.m. The Spirit of Truth. We wish you many blessings, and we hope to see you tomorrow.